off to the good start, solidify things with the op of Dillian and maybe get things going a little bit more in terms of the structure and kind of hopefully the communication will improve with Laser, their newest addition. But yeah, I don't know. Overall, it's going to be down to how this match kicks off for Leviatan and hopefully in a better way than it did on Inferno because they were down 7-1 and they were always trying to climb their way back in, right?
Well, we are hopping on in. Now we get to see if all the things we're speculating about actually do come to pass, or if Leviathan might have some surprises in store for us. Heavy utility investment on the initial pass for Isurus. Where are they going to go with this? Actually, well, this is interesting. Okay, so Noxie actually dropped the util to Nithon, but Nithon still has the armor. So that's a key differential here. It is actually just Noxie who invested in, but he sets up his teammates to do it. Deco leading the charge. They are coming in towards this B site here. They move hot and heavy, and there should be reinforcements rapidly on. That drops the bomb. Recoverable, though. They still need to get it planted. They're not getting the kills that they need to provide space. Oh, great play from 1962 here. Down in the water. And they've just fallen apart.
Wow.
Decisive victory for Leviathan in that round.
A little bit of BM there from Leviathan as well. All right. Hey, why not? Try to spark a fire under your teammates' feet. And it was a very convincing round. 1-0 for Leviathan. Isurus, like you said, they just couldn't get those frags on the entries. They were trying to find the space, but wasn't happening, and not even a bomb plant out of it, which means it's going to be a full-on save for them. Only things invested into the round are a couple of flashbangs. That is it, as they want to stay at that 2K mark to buy up in the following round. They're going to send 4 players down into Monster. The other one was lurking around the fountain area, but ends up falling back to join up with his teammates very shortly. This could be trouble, though, because you have the MP9s waiting here over in water, and of course the A1Ss on the other side. This is not going to be easy for Isurus to just punch through with only Glocks, right?
No, not at all. 1962 going with the tickle the toes approach. Here up by construction. Oh, he's gonna press forward. All right, that's bold. They have backed off, fortunately. And now he's on the chase. He's on the hunt. He's hungry for these eco frags, and he is just lining them all up. Ace for 1962 as he chews through every single one of his opponents.
Wow.
He's got 322 ADR as a result of that ace.
Yeah, $2,700, 322 ADR. He's feeling good right now on the Leviathan side as they get that early lead. But Isurus, they didn't have much in that round, so not exactly a surprising result with that farm coming through from the SMG against unarmored Glock players. Here come the AKs now. About half the utility that you usually expect to see from Isurus, as they couldn't afford the full utility, and a smoke gets thrown into connector immediately by Deco, who's going to advance right up against it. That second one might actually help him, and it does, so he can sneak on through.
Oh,
oof.
Well timed there from Noxie. That could have been bad. Just a dry peek, though. It is punished. Speaking of dry peeks and swings, there's another one. This time some flashes get thrown, but it's from the Isurus side, and boom, they've got the sight, they've got the setup, they've got the comfort. Frankly, there's a question now of, do you really want to commit Dillian's rifle into this?
No. I mean, I say no, but last time they committed Dillian into it, so in a similar situation, so I don't know.
No, he's going to back away. This was the bonus round, right? You had multiple SMGs out on the field to play. There is still an SMG in the hands of a Reversive, but if they survive, presumably they can invest around this with the extra money that 1962's got rocking. Actually, can they? Yeah, Dillian will be able to drop a gun. Reversive will be able to drop a gun. So yeah, they'll be fine. They'll be fine. Plenty of money. They can even get the AWP out.
With the 5K, I think that really is what makes a difference. So, I mean, Isurus does pick up their first round in a very convincing fashion. Look at the bodies on the floor there for Leviathan. Sandbags, 2 on site. Just easy clean there for Isurus as they charged on through and didn't really get much challenge in their direction. So, Isurus now going to save all their guns, didn't lose a single player. That helps their economy. And over in Leviathan, absolutely right, Mike. They will have enough to buy up here. Laser will be on the MP9. I'm not sure if he had to be, but I think it makes sense if they want to get more utility in play. So here we go, round number 4. Isurus Looks like they're going to lean towards playing at Fountain. They got 2 players charging out, one going into lower tunnels, but they really want to gain that space quickly. And Leviatan the same. They've sent a couple of players into the bathrooms, and now they stop dead, though. They don't venture any further. They want to play it more passively. It means they lose the information at Fountain, but I think it's okay.
Lots of space has been given over, right? You got the connector control. You're starting to get the bathrooms control. Reversive is left on a bit of an island here in the bathrooms. This could get a bit risky. Timing not with him. He's back at the wrong time, but he's still going to get the kill. Destiny couldn't snap through, and that one's unpunished as well. Reversive even able to bail away. So that looked like he was just going to get timinged hard, and somehow he, well, reverses it.
I can't believe Destiny did 0 damage there, and he had the jump.
Swift.
Oof.
Just full on whiff. Now Dillian's got support to play off of with this off. Timing again, though. The smoke gives him some cover. He'll back away. I want to press this. Audio Q given over. Reversive should know there's presence. He'll talk. The one potential risk here is that Dillian's so focused with this AWP that the player gets up long. Or that he just misses a shot. That could be problematic. Reversive, overwhelmed, lucky to even get one out of that position.
Oh, no.
Another big miss for Dillian. I mean, that op does not sing for them. Now the doors have been blown off, but Isurus are held at bay. Tommy Jed, 1962 on the rotate, lure them into the site and deal the damage. That response was so quick for Leviatan.
Yeah, that was a very quick rotation coming through and a very good read, in fact. I'm surprised that Isurus weren't able to take that after a convincing first 2 frags coming through there on the entry. But yeah, and Dillian missing a couple of op shots that really he should have hit. So hopefully he'll be able to find his rhythm as we get going here on Overpass. But his teammates bail him out as Leviatan picks up a 3rd. And I think Isurus, yeah, they do have enough money to buy up here. It's going to be 4 AKs and the Galil, but Nathan still can get on the scoreboard here into the 5th round.
There's a little bit of that. Dillian, same boat.
Yes.
Also Destiny and Deco. You know, it's early. We're only 4 rounds in. So, can't really attribute anything to anyone. But obviously, with the investment that comes around an op, you can't allow that kind of whiffing. It's just 2 opportunities. 1, you miss. Okay, go next. GG, go next. 2, concerning, perhaps. We'll see though. This round could be critical. Not a lot of utility for Isurus to try and get through if they are going to make this take happen. They're presumably going to flash over. Laser's playing anti-flash. He can be right back off of it. I don't know if the catch is 1962 either. No, it's a good setup for it, for this exact play, and they mow them down. Beautiful combination play from Laser in 1962. We were wondering about Laser and how he'd play with the team on this map, and, well, that position at the very least is capitalized on.
Oh, absolutely. And it will be Noxie going down to Tommy Jed. There you go. 4-1 in favor of Leviatan. Isurus's buy-up does not yield anything. And now they're going to call a timeout, as they should. Things are starting to get a little bit worrisome here on their T side. Economy's not good here, so likely going to be an eco. But still, yeah, that was just a textbook from Leviatan over in Canal. Just a couple of players setting up a good crossfire, or not even a crossfire, just making sure that they're supporting each other and not letting anyone come through from Isurus. And then Isurus, of course, lining up and helping things for Leviatan.
Timeout fading here for Isurus. Not been that encouraging here. I'm just enjoying Deco's 180 yard at this point. It's just unfortunate. That's just where you're just getting whomped. You don't even get to pull the trigger, man.
I didn't even realize. That's just utility damage.
Maybe. Or maybe he popped someone with a Glock 1 round. Body shot them.
I don't know that. I think that's really hard to do.
Over 5 rounds now, right? If you got 1 bullet that connected. That could be it. Tricky, though, for sure. Where are they going to go? Ooh. Eco dancing. And Noxie will actually get the opening pick with the Deagle here. He has been hitting, and Reversive is going to be in a little bit of a compromised spot. Wants to pop back up here, but this fight could be risky, and a Molotov will force him off of it. Now they've got the space. Now they've got the ramp. Now they've got the carpet rolled out in front of them.
1962.
They could just roll through. But look at this flank. You're absolutely right. He's gone all the way around. And if he takes it into connector, this could get weird. Eco's coming back to clear it. Eco is dead. Didn't connect the bullet either, though, so that will not help his ADR. They are going to try and rock on towards the site. They've got this one rifle to work with. John Bud try and commit to this plan early. It won't work out for them.
Oh.
One kill found, but the bomb dropped. And whoa, a brilliant second one. Ali, though, still in a 1v2. He's got nothing to work with, but he's hitting the shots. And Reversive will prevent that from getting completely out of hand. A valiant effort from Ali. They could not see it through.
Jeez, I mean, Ali could have won that one. Reversive had to make a much bigger play than was needed in that situation. I should say than should have been needed in that situation, given the fact Leviatan had a very significant advantage. But credit to Ali for hitting some very tough shots. So, still, Leviatan come out with the round victory. They get the 5. It costs them quite a bit, though, and it keeps their economy in a more precarious situation than they would like on their CT side. And we all know how quickly that can evaporate when you're on the defensive end.
This is true. 1962 is 13-2, though. Just want to take a moment to highlight that. Obviously, you got the ace in the anti-eco round, so that does pad his stats. But even without that, still 8-2. That's bonkers. If we completely discount his best round, he's still pacing the server.
He's picking up the pace for Dillian.
Look, man, Dillian is fine. He's only died twice. He's like, I'll let everyone else do it. There's 3 players who haven't gotten a kill yet on Isurus. Very
Oh, wow, that's still the case. I didn't even realize.
Yeah, they are locked out right now. They're getting no traction, right? It's even just coming down to Noxie and Ali trying to make something happen in these rounds. You gotta get a little bit more.
Isurus have 3 players headed into Monster, and I think Noxie and Deco, yeah, they're in water, so it's going to be a B hit almost certainly. 50 seconds left. This is where they found their success, right, Mike? Prior to this with that round victory.
Yep, they're going to try and rock on through. 1962 still gets one despite being flashed, blinded up in a big way, and once again, the hold is good. Laser beams coming through from the Leviathan side. It's going to be all left to Deco, who will at least connect a shot this time, so that ADR should improve theoretically. Yeah, he's up to 4 ADR.
Mike, I have a question.
Sure.
Have you ever seen 3 secret agents?
No, I don't think so. I'm trying to think. In my games, maybe.
Yeah, well, not in your games. I mean, in what we've
trying to think if I have. You know what? I watched Darth Horse, which was a team made up of a bunch of my friends who mostly are not CS players, play the Mustache Masters against Yeah Gaming, and they got absolutely whomped. I don't know if they probably had 3 secret agents. I don't know, though. I'd have to go back and check. My girlfriend, who was competing as part of that team, will forever be a fan of Swisher because he let her shoot him in the head once at the end when he was like, okay, let's get you a pity kill.
That's nice.
Yeah, good lad. Good lad. All right, Tech9's out here. 3 players still yet to crack onto the board. I will say it's a little bit of a solidarity movement, right? We can't highlight one anchor on the bottom if they're all holding down the fort. Right at the bottom of the scoreboard. Don't know if it's what they'd like to do, but Ali, who is their pace setter so far, is down and out right off the rip. Not expecting much out of this round, but, well, they need to get something going in one of these, and it's not going to be this one. Oh, no, it's really not going to be this one. That's 2 secret agents confirmed. What can Destiny do? Can he pull off and avoid the dreaded scoreline? No, he cannot. Oh my goodness, another clean round for Leviatan, and I don't know how I expected this map to go, but it's not this way. They're just getting blanked.
Yeah, it's wow, not at all what I was expecting either coming into this map. It's still, look, it was 7-1 in favor of Isurus on Inferno, and Leviatan were able to come back and really make a nice run for it. But here, I think it's a bit of a different story, right? Because Isurus is struggling. 3 players without frags. coming into this 9th round of play in the first half. It's very unusual, but they will have the AKs to help them here. Laser could be a difference maker. He's already up to 7, looking to make it 8, and Ali will go down. He tries the transfer, and he does. Laser with 2. Tommy Jed drops Destiny, and it will be Nython and Destiny getting on the board finally.
First kills.
Yeah.
Here we go. Deco, get one. Deco, break the curse. Let them all break the curse in the same moment. He's going to plant. This is their first plant in a long time, too.
It is.
A long time, actually. Nython gets a second as well. Here we go. A 2v2. Possibility in the air. Now the question is, can Dillian also crack his score? Everybody gets off in the same round of that 0. Would be kind of poetic, wouldn't it?
Mm-hmm.
It's a good post-plant hold for Isurus. Dillian's trying to help out. Big kill for Laser, but they need to get this done on time. Deco. Oh, snaps through. There we go. He's cracked his goose egg. Now you just need Dillian. Dillian trying to get on that defuse, but he's blinded up, but he doesn't have the shot. Just wanted to stick it. That'll be the clutch for Deco. That'll be the round for Isurus.
Every single frag in that round goes to Destin, Deco, and Nython.
There you go. We were calling them
go.
out. We were roasting them, and they said, all right, enough of this nonsense. All 3 of them crack the board at the same time.
And do all the damage, too. Nicely done. I mean, that's a good hit for Mistress. They went back to what worked, and it happened to work for them one more time. The thing is, Leviathan do have enough economy to absorb that, and they will be able to get a full-on buy-up once more here with 4 A1Ss and the Op. Dillian's pushed up aggressively. We haven't seen much from him yet with the Op. Maybe this is his chance to, like you said, crack the scoreboard and show his stuff, and there it is. Destiny's dropped, and he will back off of that. That's what they needed.
The thing that's wild about last round is it wasn't even a good round, I would say, right? It was a 3v5 that they recovered.
Yeah.
They probably shouldn't have. Nice kill for Reversive. Here's another 3v5. Let's see if Isurus can pull something off. They are looking so very meager in these rounds, right? They just had a disadvantage in every single one, and Dillian's posted up nicely here. Timing. Would have had that kill. Would have been free. But CS is a game of timing, and sometimes it is a brutal one indeed. Still, massive numbers, deep control and construction held by Reversive. There should be all the information in the world to rotate a 3rd player up to defend A, and they're even going to take the 4th as well. Why not? Wow, they are full committing to this. They're not worried about a monster lurk in the slightest.
Nope.
Bold.
I mean, it's the right call, but yeah, definitely bold.
Yeah, it's the right call here.
It's just luckily that's the right call, even though there are still 32 seconds left, so we'll see.
I don't think they have the information. Okay, so here's the thing. Reversive's holding in connector, right? So if Ali tries to bail out of this, he should be a dead man, and indeed is. Nicely done. They were going to try and go for the bail. This Molly should seal it. Oh, Noxie's through. But he's not going to be able to get there in time to deny the rotate, I don't think. Nython trying to catch the lurk. This is so wild. 12 seconds. He's got the bomb down, but then he's dead immediately. So I don't think Nython can even get here to stop the defuse. No, he can't. The round is lost.
At least they get the plant out of it. The additional $800 is certainly going to help them in this following round. But yeah, that was very disjointed by Isurus. And Leviathan are going to secure a lead heading into this second half with an 8-2 scoreline. And you see... Go ahead, Mike.
What is this Isurus? Where did they go?
I don't know.
Do they know how to play this? Like, they're not in the rounds. It's crazy. It's not like they're losing these rounds and they're tough fought. Even in that one, when they get the bomb plant, both players are completely isolated. You're not winning it. Your position means you're not winning it, right? Like, you're trying a Hail Mary play at the last second because you had no idea how to actually go about trying to convert that round. This is wild.
It's been a tough go. Yeah, there's no doubt about it. But, you know, maybe they're saving it for the latter part of this half, right? Like,
I just pulled up the numbers. Supposedly they win 52% of their rounds on the T side.
Yeah, no, it's good. It's a good map for them. This is very unusual, as was the case for Leviathan over on Inferno. It's just strange. I think this, like I said, the South American teams, they play each other a lot, whether it be just playing the same players all over a lot of the time, or the same teams, so they know each other's tendencies. So that's why you get sometimes these types of results. And 1962 is going to take down Destiny. They had 3 players playing over in water, but actually Ali does get the trade.
He does. He does do. It's just wild.
It is.
Info hop, that could be punished. A little bit risky, but the information's gained. No bullet comes back the other way. So now what do they do? Again, we're going to get the heavy lean from Leviatan. They've seen the players in construction, so they're going to put 3 players on site and just leave Reversive here to hold him at bay at top con. But he's been good. Did they clear him? Not deep enough. He's got 2 as a result of that.
Jeez.
Nicely done for Reversive. Gotta clear your corners. Can't just do that half check and think it's clear. So Isurus trying to get this bomb down, but the bomb's not in the right spot. It's isolated and connected. They're not playing together. And the bomb goes down for free. So once again, they're in a situation where they're just trying to get lucky to win the round, John.
Yeah, I can't really defend that, Mike. I mean, honestly, it's the same exact situation, like you said, as the previous one. They're separating when it's down to 2 players, which is not really the best of strategies. You want to at least set yourselves up to get a trade and maybe a bomb plant. But in that situation, the bomb by its lonesome, isolated by the op. Dillion's got his 2nd, and of course, a 9th on the board for Leviatan. Timeout going to be called here. It's the 3rd one for Isurus. They're trying to figure something out and get themselves recomposed, but at this point, it's starting to slip away very, very quickly.
Yeah, any sense of cohesion has just been out the window for a long time now. And right, like you can talk about the individuals weren't hit and the individuals weren't hit, but at this point they've gone into complete disarray. They're like an army that's been routed. Just every man for themselves. They're doing things that they're winding up in situations where, yeah, maybe you're a man down, but you still got to have a strat for that situation to try and do something. It can't just be like, well, I think maybe there's a path from connector. I'm going to try this. You fake A, I'll fake B. Maybe we get a bomb plant. Bomb plants don't matter. Win the rounds or it's done, you know? Like that's where we're at. Getting a cheeky bomb plant because you managed to pull off a lurk isn't really going to help the team in the long run.
Yeah.
All right. I've gotten my salt out, John.
You good, Mike?
Yeah, I'm good.
All right. But no, anyway, Leviatan, you got to give credit to them as well, because they were playing some pretty strong Counter-Strike on the defensive end, and like it's a complete reversal from what happened on Inferno. You see 1962 17-5, powered by that ace, still 12-5 without it, like you were alluding to earlier. And Tommy Jet, Laser, and Reversive all sitting at 10 frags. Everyone is contributing for Leviatan right now, and I think that plays a part in Isurus' very scattered play.
It certainly does.
Yeah.
But the thing is, John, they're not even doing anything too wild or out of the ordinary, right? We're seeing some construction aggression that has been very effective for Leviatan, to be fair. But their A play is very vanilla. They haven't done anything too wild. They do have a tendency to stack a little bit. There, it's a 1-for-1. Yes. Okay, that's a rifle now down. That's a rifle retrievable. Something to work with here in this round, and that does leave Dillion alone. The more vanilla A setup means that this op is alone for the moment. Tommy Jet will come to support. The rotator, the swing player. They're going to set up for a play out towards long, but they realize Nithon's already in position. Tommy Jet has to clear it. Oh, he has no idea. Free kill. There we go. He's walked right back in. Now Dillion has to hold the line with the ult, but he doesn't know which target to aim onto, and Nithon will punish. So here we go. Here's Isurus cracking the board. They finally recognized that there were weaknesses in this A setup, and they're going to try and exploit them, but 1962 has been a monster, and he's got something else in mind. Only 2 found. Sets up Laser for the chance of the clutch. Here's the player. Here's Deco. Deco's spamming, but I think his leg must have been sticking through because Deco finds that one.
Yeah, I'm almost certain it was. There was a little bit of a gap at the bottom of the smoke, or I shouldn't say a gap. The smoke was ending right where his leg would have been standing. So I think that he saw him, and that was that. Isurus finally closed it out, even though it did look scary towards the end, right? 1962 gets a couple, makes it a 2v2, and you think, okay, Isurus, you cannot blow this one. You really need to secure it, and thankfully, at least for their sake, they do, and a 3rd is found. They also get the op in the hands of Nithon for, I think, the first time this half?
Maybe.
Yeah.
I do also just want to say, the difference in that round, right, is they recognized a weakness in the setup.
Yes.
They worked as a unit to exploit it. That's what they did.
Yeah.
And it's a fundamentals, but it worked, and that's all you need. Ooh, you also do need to maybe set up your opera if he's going to go for a dry peek. So Nithon down for the count in that one. Not encouraging. Deco does get the trade, and that secures connector control. Connector's been a problem for them, right? So getting that early does help. Reversive's been good too, but Laser with the response can't finish his food. Once again, Dillion's put in a pretty tough spot, and he's been fine. Like, he's 2-4. He just hasn't been involved in most rounds, but he's not been great with that AWP. So perhaps a weakness here. But here's my problem, John. These players are very isolated. That's an individual play. Wouldn't have been punishable. Fortunately, Dillion misses it for them, but if he goes down there, there's nothing you can do with that information, right? You can't capitalize. So now where are they going? Destiny is going to make an individual play out long. Been spotted. He's been pushed back. Everyone's isolated. Now, at least the 2 guys towards B are going to play together. But where are you trying to end? 30 seconds. They are going to go in towards B with no information. No information to operate off of. Now they've seen Laser around the pillar. But they still play sidewalk. Oh, big miss for 1962 and Laser. Hasn't been happening much this game, but it is going to allow Isurus to get that plant down just in the nick of time. And that will likely be the round. This should be a save for Leviatan.
Oh, wait.
They're going for it. Really? Wow. And the Tinks, he hears it. They hear the damage. He knows he's got him eventually.
What?
And he does bring it through. How is this working? It is indeed, but Ali is out of bullets at the worst time. Destiny comes in for the alley-oop.
That's an important frag for Destiny, his second of the match, but still. I mean, it was a difference maker in the fourth round victory.
Man?
It's very strange. It definitely is. You'd think Isurus going towards that B site, time winding down, that they might not have the edge, but they get the openers. Both of them. Both players on B down for the count. And then afterwards, Leviatan go for the retake and almost get it back. Dillian again and again firing off the op. Here's the damage being done and does get that frag, but at the end of the day, it is going to be Isurus taking that one. And now Leviatan are finally forced onto an eco, 4 USPSs, and a deagle, as Isurus are trying to claw their way back into this half, looking for a fifth. Oh, that's not a good way to start it. 962 gets one, but Destiny is going to come through and get the 3-piece. All right, padding the stats a little bit, helping his scoreline. And now Dillian and Versive are both isolated. This should be Destiny having the edge. 4th frag. He's looking for the ace. But I don't think he cares about that. They just want to win the round, and Noxie is going to get reversive. So there you have it, from, what was it, 9-2 to 9-5.
Yeah, and I mean, quite a response for Destiny, right? Yeah, they're just eco frags, but he needs something to get the juices flowing. Sometimes it's like, you know, fluid in a straw. You just need to start the suction, and then it'll just keep going on its own. And that's what happens for Destiny. It's going here with 4 quick anti-eco kills. Why not? They're on to 5. Frankly, I'm shocked that they've recovered to this scoreline, considering how dire it looked. And even in some of the rounds that they've won, right? Like, not that last round, but the previous, if Dillian hits the shot on the guy coming up top con, I don't think they convert it. No. Reversive, gonna try and shut this down, and he is deleted on the entry, and there's the difference maker. Destiny is hitting now, and that has changed the fortunes for Isurus in a big way.
The swings are crazy in these maps, Mike, on Inferno here, on Overpass. Just teams taking turns with blunders back and forth.
Counter-Strike's a mental game, man.
It really is.
It always is. And the confidence is back for Isurus. They were looking down and out, completely meek and bleaker. And now, we got some juice. They've got some spice. They do lose 1 player. It's only 1. And the bomb's gone down towards B. What? Oh! Faked him out. 1962 was in position, but look at Ali's spot. Are they going to expect him so far forward? They should be aware of the possibility, but no, they're not. They're ready. They're overlooking it. 1962 thought he had this clear. Teammates need to get here to actually defend the post plant. Could wind up in a situation where they stick, but they don't have kits, John. They don't have kits. That makes this tough. Bomb's not playing it for them. But it works. Okay. All right. It works. What a madcap round for Isurus. We finally see them make one of those disjointed rounds work. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back with the second half.
stand in my way. It's been a long time coming. I'm telling you for nothing. I'm gonna take what's mine. I'm gonna take what's mine. I'm taking over. I don't care what you say. I'm taking over. Don't stand in my way. I'm gonna seize the day. I'm gonna seize the day. I'm gonna seize the day. So don't stand in my way.
Am I wasting time? 'Cause I'm already gone. So long, can you stay the night? 'Cause you're the thing I want. I know you're feeling different when you're stressed out. But even with no makeup, you still stand out. 'Cause no one makes me feel the way you do now. Like you do now. The way that you move your body, you make it look like a hobby. Every time that you touch me, it's electricity. Things we discovered underneath last night's covers. Everything came so easy. It's electricity. Electricity. Whoa. It's electricity. Electricity. It's electricity. When it's late at night, I feel you on my skin. My skin. You're all that's on my mind. It's finally sinking in. You're it.
Well, this is not a scoreline I was expecting it to have, to be quite frank. Isurus were completely shell-shocked through the first good chunk of this, but recovering back to a 9-6 puts them at actually pretty good standing to try and take this map and make it a 2-0, John.
It's kind of what Leviatan did to them on Inferno, but I think the comeback here for Isurus was far more stark considering how poorly they were doing in the fragging department. Ali and Nathan get a couple though, and it's going to be Leviatan to strike back for 3 frags. So Destiny and Nathan are the last two standing, and they're on the outside looking in towards that B side. I mean, you have Destiny at Graffiti, but this is tough.
The thing is, they've seen both players, right? So they've got the read that there's only one on either site. You just pick your boys, and they've chosen B. They know they got the player press Graffiti. They're both going to be here. This actually sets up a really good fight for the Glocks. Bomb's now down to play off of. They can just harass to be quite rank, and they'll probably win this round. I don't know if there was a kit and where it is, but it's not in their hands right now, so it doesn't matter. They won't have that luxury. They need to get on and have time for a 10-second defuse. Destiny trying to do something. And he's not going to be able to. That's going to be the round. That's going to be a pretty decisive one as well for Leviatan. Well played. So they let the half slip a bit towards the end there, but start out on the right foot here in the second.
Yeah, and Isurus is going to force up right after that pistol round loss. I already have Nathan investing into the Scud. At least I assume they're going to force. Yeah, there we go. A couple of players took a little longer to buy there, but 3 Deagles, a 5.7, and a Scout is what they're able to afford. Over on Leviatan, they already invest into the rifles, an AK, 2 Galils, the MAC-10, and the UMP-45. They're going to leave one player back towards Monster, presumably. That's Laser, throwing some utility towards B and attracting attention there. They know Isurus is likely a little vulnerable in terms of the hardware they have in their hands, so they might rotate a little more aggressively than they usually would.
Control taking a party. Pressing in towards the bathrooms. Pressure's going to be on for Ali. Just as a Deagle. Not expecting too much once the smoke fades, but there's always a chance to rip a few. 1 or 2. Wouldn't be bad by any measure. Here's the footsteps. They're coming around the corner. Damage, but no kill. And the damage is just onto the MAC 10 player as well, so it works out pretty decently for Leviatan here. Still, there are some targets softened up to the scout. That actually does tag, but it's through the corner. It was a light tag. Just a little tickle. And now they're going to go. Destiny wants to set up for the swing off of the scout. That's bold, trying to clear spots. Trying to bait the response, and this could actually be problematic for Leviatan, I was going to say, because they're bunched up, but if you just push into them, that's going to be A-okay. Securing of long is good for Nithon. More tags being done, so much damage. That drops the bomb, but he's overwhelmed. Just going to be left to Deco with a 5-7, and plenty of time to recover that bomb, get it planted, and set up in your post plant.
I mean, still a chance for Deco, but it's just 3 players left standing. There's one. Backs off a little bit, expecting a push to come through. I don't think he's going to look for another player. Now he has an opportunity to recover. Deco, looking around, decides he's going to venture towards bank instead. But Mike, he doesn't have a kit. Yeah, there's no time.
He's out. Armor, full 1,000 armor. Smoke, 5-7.
It's not bad.
Yeah, it's what, $800 saved? Or $1,800, sorry. Dropped a 1 there. I mean, it's something. It'll be the most that they probably have to show into this next round. But, yeah, that's going to be Leviatan inching closer to taking us to a map 3. Now, we don't really have a clear picture of how this is going to play out. We need to see the buy from Isurus, which will not come in this next round. But if you're Leviatan, making that gap ever wider is A-okay in their books.
I think the true test is going to come once we get into that first full-on rifle buy-up. We'll see if Leviatan can continue to hold on to control of this match. 3 AKs, the M, MAC 10, and the UMP once more. Reverse going to charge out here. Could go down to the pistols. There are 3 players waiting here for Isurus, but not really expecting him. And yeah, that's a free one. There's the trade. Ooh. Destiny finds him, and it's only a MAC 10 loss, but still something.
I mean, a 1-for-1. You do find the only player with armor. So that ain't bad. And now you also find Destiny. I mean, this is a low percentage round, right? So you do kind of need these slightly YOLO-y plays to come through from Isurus to give them any chance. Probably not going to happen. USP escapes, but it was spotted. Still, you know he's in the corner. Should have the possibility. Play by the sign. Nithon spotted. The UMP overwhelmed because it's not a good SMG. Tommy Jet does get some kills. The MAC 10, the superior SMG, does make some money, at least for Ali, before he gets dropped. Remember, folks, don't let friends don't let friends buy UMPs.
He just throws so much shade towards the UMP.
It's just not good in current meta, man. Just the reality.
I mean, yeah, it still has its uses, I would say. Well, people are buying it, Mike. I mean, it's a little better at mid to long range, I would say, than the MP9.
I don't think it is, actually. I don't think it is. I think the MP9 is more accurate at range.
Really?
I think so. It has a better headshot, doesn't it?
I think accuracy-wise, the UMP will edge it out. Maybe.
They nerfed when they nerfed the gun, right? Because it used to be just basically a rifle.
Well, no more UMPs for you to worry about here, Mike. So Destiny is going to, oh my goodness, go down. And so does the rest of his team almost. 3 players drop. Leviatan just take this B site like it was an eco for Isurus.
My goodness. Wow. This was the gun round for Isurus. We talked about it. You're just not going to get that many chances. And
they made it look like an eco though, Mike.
They did. Not a bullet of damage taken back the other way. Just swift, straightforward taken towards B. And now Ali may not even live to see the next day. He gets the 1. Does he get traded? Yes. That's all going to be on a Nithon. Who's just going to play the waiting game and try to survive. Has to hit the shot on the site player.
Or the other way around.
I actually think it has to be the one to site. Oh, he's going to whip it. 1962 brings him out. Nothing is saved through. Nothing for Isurus. And that, John, might just have been their last proper chance.
I mean, they can do a half buy here and get one more rifle buy up at what would be 14-6 unless they come out with something pretty impressive here into this round. But yeah, I mean, let's not forget Leviatan did manage to get an eco round victory against Isurus when they were looking a little dire on Inferno. So possible that Isurus can do the same to them here. They've got a, what is it, CZ, Deagle, 257s and the P250 on their side. And they're probably going to try stacking at site. Yeah, they have 2 players in connector, 2 on the B site, and 1 playing aggressively into the bathroom. So leaning towards B. Good flashbang throw. They could do the damage here. There's 1 and a second. That's a man advantage, and an AK picked up. Another AK is on the ground, but it hasn't been recovered just yet by Isurus. I think they're more concerned about getting towards that B site and closing the gaps.
So rifle retrieved. Good smoke deployed. There might be a little bit of a gap to peek through, but that would be a very risky peek for Laser. But he's going to call his teammates here, right? Assuming that with the smoke up, maybe they're going to rotate presence off of the site. This is actually a really good read for Leviatan. So now, it's going to be up to Destiny to see if he can have a date with Destiny in this round. No, he's got support. All right. CZ in action. They're going to go for the peek. The peek would be bold. Timing will be everything here. And out comes Leviatan, relatively dry. Shadow's been spotted. He knows they're there, but he still can't capitalize. Noxy doing it with the CZ. 7 bullets. He'll duck. Give him a chance to put a new clip in. Oh my goodness, this is getting so risky. Leviatan baiting around the pillar. That's the drop. That's the bomb down as well. And Dillian out in the open will falter. This is the round where they get back in. How is this the round where Isurus finally get themselves on the board in the second half?
Well, they committed to a bit of a risky play, sending 4 players in towards that B site, 2 from connector, and those 2 connector players played it perfectly. They threw a flashbang, peeked around into it. Leviatan wasn't expecting that positioning, and they got a 2-for-1 in that situation, which, of course, in the AK upgrade. That's all it takes. Isurus are going to get full-on buy-up now. 3 A1Ss, an A4, an AK-47, and the AWP for them is Ali. And the rest of Leviatan, their money's actually not that great, surprisingly, considering how many rounds they won in a row. Some damage coming through. Oh, no,
this.
yeah.
They're right next to each other. They could reach out and hold each other's shoulders. They passed. Oh, who figures this out first?
Goodness.
Who figures this out first? Oh, no one does. Noxy gets past. It's a 1-for-1 elsewhere on the map, but how on earth has Laser just been allowed to stand there? Now he's finally going to realize it. Chase down his prey, but Dika was immediately there for the trade. That could have been way worse for Isurus. It's not the worst thing in the world. They've got even numbers, and, well, now they have the advantage. That'll funnel them back down towards B as well. This is being red. Anaheim coming into support. Deco. Gonna catch a player completely unawares. Dillian down for the count. Now it's all on the 1962. Might have a chance at the plant. But he's gonna go for all the marbles. No? Thought he was gonna press on in towards Zay. No, just wanted to try and clear some stuff out. See if he could get an advantage on this next peak. It's around the corner. Didn't get spotted. 35 seconds. What's he want to do with this? He's just trying to play a little time to see if someone will give him a kill back for free. Here's the reload. There's that free kill. And this should be a bomb plant opportunity as well. He even dunks the nade. Put the Opera on notice and give himself a chance at the peak. He's really trying to bait this out. Gets tagged now through the box. 15 seconds, man. You're running out of the window to actually get this bomb planted. There it goes. Gonna be another shot through the box. This one misses, but it allows the player closer.
Oh!
1962. What a snappy shot. He knows where the op is, and the nade will get him. That's all he needed. Nython found. Thought he didn't have another HE since he'd already deployed one. But what a play from 1962. 14 rounds found off of a massive clutch. John, he's got 31 kills.
Yeah, he's playing out of his mind here on Overpass right now, not to mention a plus 19 kill to death differential. Oh my goodness, 1962. That's his best round, I think, because the ace, of course, came in an anti-eco, but that one just impressive clutch from him. 1v3 that he pulled back and took out of the hands of Isurus. And I mean, I think a little bit of lackluster play, I would say, from Isurus. Deco kind of caught in the middle of nowhere, and easy frag for 1962. And then the Opper, of course, doesn't really play that well in cohesion with his rifler that made the push, and after that point, the nade did him in.
At the end of the day, every clutch, though, does require mistakes, and
yeah, it was impressive.
1962 capitalizes. He's got 10 more kills than we have rounds. That's insane. 31 kills. Bonkers play from him. They needed someone to step up on this map, and he is the guy. He has put them on his shoulders like Atlas holding up the weight of the world. And now he's going to look to bring this one home. This round could be it. The money's gone for Isurus. They've committed everything into this. And that's a good engagement out towards long. Nice use of the flashbang, but coming back up on the boost is Nithon. Looking for some action, and he's not going to get it. He's not going to get it at all. The op can be retrieved at least, but up close, you don't fancy the fight. The no-scope will not land.
Oh,
they've been
my.
swept off. This is looking like map point found. And Destiny, I don't even think can justify thinking about going for this. They're already on the hunt. Laser's already looking, knowing that they're going to be backing away. And that's the round secured. That's map point found for Leviatan.
That's just unbelievable. I mean, look, for all intents and purposes, should have been an 8th round for Isurus, and Leviatan was supposed to be the team on a rough bye up here, but instead, you know, that clutch from 1962 changes the complexion of Overpass. And I think Destiny will be able to find one if the timing's in his favor. Now, he just wants to save the A1S, which for good reason, because if he doesn't, well, there's not going to be much else going to this final round, potentially final round of play for Isurus, because 4 players are at $0. Even though the loss bonus is at 3,400, still, they need that rifle. There's the map point.
There it is. 8 rounds to find it. And against them in this one, well, it's going to be a little bit thin on the defense. But everybody will have head armor, which is kind of interesting considering how limited they are on the buy. Get a decent one going though. Let's see what they can do now. Isurus, man, this has just not been their map, which is odd because it is their map pick and it is Overpass, where we expect strong showings from the squad. I do want to say, though, John, I would say the first half was much more characterized by Isurus' mistakes. This second half, Leviatan have been playing very well.
Yep. No, there's no doubt. I mean, their executes have been solid. They look very collected and together. No hesitancy. Unlike what we saw in Inferno, they are much more confident on their Overpass T side. And yeah, I mean, Isurus just hasn't really had the answer. Aside from that clutch, right, the 1962 pulled off, it's been Leviatan all the way.
It also does help when 1962 is just stunting on everyone. That certainly does propel you. He's not really the player you necessarily look to be your absolute star most of the time, so that does help. Speaking of the man, felt his ears burning. Just went out, got himself an individual kill. Just an entry. Dry. And it works out. It's an entry on a player who is literally set up to deal with him as well. Bold, to say the least. This does look like it's going to finish B, and it doesn't look like it's going to take much longer to finish. 35 seconds on the clock. They're going to go. That would have been a huge kill, but Tommy Jet actually does go down, and this could cause some issues. If they found that the round was just about over, instead, now there's a proper chance for Isurus to make some noise, especially as 1962 gets found towards the other side of the map. Now Crossfire can be set up. Deco drops the bomb. They're out of time. 15 seconds. Leviathan's issues with the clock coming back to haunt them once more. While they will get some of these kills, they just, I don't think, can win this round. It's all left to Dillian. He's trying to smoke, but what does that even afford you? You can't get to the bomb. You can't win this round. As long as Ali doesn't peek, he's over. And he does peek. But it works. All right. Clock awareness not there for Isurus, but they get away with it.
Oh my goodness. Ali, I mean, just wait an extra second, man. Just wait an extra second.
It's another situation. I think we had one on Inferno where it's like, what's the one way I could lose this round? Swing them!
Exactly, except this time they do with the one thing that could lose them the round. Oh, man. Well, all right. Ali does manage to pull it off and not get fragged by Dillian's AWP. Good round for Dillian, in fact, but he just not able to find that last one. So Isurus get a second chance here. Try and get back into this one. Still, I mean, I would say Leviatan have firm control. I mean, just when I compliment them, right, for not making the mistakes on their T side, they make one and take too long to go for their execute over to the B site. Anyway, look, it's one round. They have a big cushion. 7 more rounds to try to pull this one off and send it on over to map number 3.
All it's going to take is one big mistake from Isurus to be punished. Destiny trying to go bold with this into
Oh my
playground. What, is he
goodness.
thunderfooting this?
He is. They didn't hear him.
I think they did. Reversive knows he's here. Destiny's still going to get it because Reversive just swings individually, and then Dillian's looking towards playground as he walks into the open and dies to Nithon. All right. Okay. Isurus will take those. Leviatan, man, once you secure him that point, you can't just let everything go. Tommy Jet
That's nice.
gets an opener. There's another player on site. There's a full rotation going on as well. Isurus are coming in to bring in the cavalry. Everybody's coming in to deal with this. Noxie's got a really interesting spot. They're not going to read this because it's a weird off angle, and he's made it work. There we go. There's the round for Isurus. Starts off a bit goofy for Leviatan, but there is still risk in that, and Isurus will claw this ever closer.
Oh boy. Leviatan, not going to have enough to buy up into this round, so just going to be an eco. They could invest some Deagles and P250s if they want to, but it looks like it'll just be one P250 and everyone else on Glocks. They want to make sure they have a full-on buy up in the next round, and I can't really blame them for it. It will take quite a bit of utility damage, or actually just a bit. Walking through that Molotov, Reversive going down to 76 and 1962 at 85. Nithan, though, he's waiting with the big green. In this case, the big fade, I guess, as he gets one on Reversive. Then a second one on Tommy Jet, pulls out the USPS, finds himself a third, and this is all Isurus as Ali comes out. Cleanup crew, aisle 10.
Okay, all right. Isurus took a long time to show up to this map. But now backs against the wall, feet against the flame. Just wanted to show us that you do it when the pressure was highest, apparently. Still going to be investment coming through from Leviatan. What's the solution they go for? 1962, go kill. Where does he try and go kill? Over towards B with the boys. Utility setting up early on. It's a good YOLO nade from Ali. Doesn't really connect, but I like the idea. And it seems like Leviatan are going to set up here outside of Monster for as long as possible. Throw a bit of a fake with these two players out towards long. Maybe try and draw some presence, do some damage. Throw the rotations off, and then execute on towards B. They have drawn the third up. So there's something, but there's so many smokes on B that now they're just going through. There's the kill for Nithon. Takes one of these players out, and they're just going to walk onto the site dry, trying to sneak it up, hoping the rotation had been complete. It hadn't. Deco's still here to defend. Getting on the edge of the smoke, that would be a huge kill, but he can't win it. Aim was just a bit shaky, and Laser jumping around corners with his knife out will allow Nithon to set up too. That's going to be another round for Isurus. Bit of a blunder for Leviatan there, trying to get a little bit hasty into some of those angles and lose their life.
Well, the one benefit for Leviatan right now is, well, they're going to hit the full loss bonus because they had that much of a lead. But, I mean, honestly, the fact that Isurus has been able to get back into this one when it was 15-7 is a little troubling for Leviatan. Now they're going to be back on another pistol buy-up. It's going to be 4 Deagles and the P250 on their side. And looks like they're going to be favoring sending a few players into playground, a couple perhaps into lower tunnels, and ends up only being one. That's 1962 going in, and he sees a bunch of utility, so he knows at least a couple of players are in this vicinity, and the smoke gets thrown on through. 1962 spamming, gives away his position, and Ali, well, he's going to spam right on back, and Noxie is supporting as well. No frags yet, though.
No frags yet. Laser! Oh, had an opportunity, couldn't capitalize. Player Barrels was very exposed. Ali's going to get overwhelmed here from all sides, was stuck in connector with no support, no help, no lifeline. That gives the gun over to 1962. And while he eats an aid, we know what this man can do. You do not want to give him opportunities if you can help it. Nithon. Gonna have the pressure on. Oh, timing for Destiny. A second earlier and he gets that kill. But as it is, he does get the information, and Noxie's gonna swing into it. That drops the bomb. 45 seconds left on the clock, and now they've got a pretty stable setup.
Yep.
As long as they can hold on towards long, this one works. Nighthon hits the shot. The
Oh.
long threat is there, but Dillian is dealt with. And that leaves everything on to Reversive. Reversive in a 1v4 with salvaged AK and hopes and dreams.
That is just excellent work by Noxie in support of Nathan there with the A1S. Nathan hits one very nice shot to at least keep Leviatan at bay, but it's Noxie's work with the rifle, keeping Nathan alive, getting those frags towards long. That make the difference. So Isurus now up to 12, and the lead has been cut from 8 to only 3. Here comes Leviatan. Once more, they have that full loss bonus now, so they can probably invest into some AKs for the rest of the half, or almost the rest of the half. Right now, they have 4 of them, and the AWP in Dillian's hands. What do they do here? They send 3 players down into Monster, and a couple are lurking. One in Nectar, and the other one playing towards Playground. Oh, nice nade!
Astralis nade.
Nice
There we
nade
go.
stack.
All right, here we go. That's the way to get an opening pick. If you can't shoot him, nade him. They don't get a chance to shoot back there. So that's beautifully done. They take Nighthon out of the round as well, and he's been a big contributor in these last few. Propelling Isurus' comeback with that AWP. His ult will be picked up. But his presence cannot be. Now they gain space towards A. They gain a lot of road. And unlike previous rounds, John, they still got clock to play with. Over a minute. Oh, don't get lured into that op. Almost
Honestly,
did.
I think Leviathan should avoid taking that fight towards the A side because it's
Yeah.
been just so good for Isurus.
You're going to come on in. Player barrels. That's Deco. Destiny dancing around the water. Destiny has shown a tendency to get a little aggressive at times, so if they wait, he might play into their hands. Deco down for nothing. Destiny does get one. Almost slips the net. Doesn't do so, and now a 2v4 to try and keep this comeback going. Noxie eats a nade, but what a peek! What a peek, what a shot.
And he's
Bombs
down.
That's a great hold for Reversive, though. The lurky angle, now it's all on Noxie. Has to pull off the massive play, cannot do so. Quite the run back from Isurus, but not enough in the end. 16 to 12. This one ends, and it is going to be a third map required to decide the match between these two teams.
I thought it was going to go to 3 maps.